Hello and welcome to the Vixens. This is going to be a very special episode because it's a backstory episode. Yes, that's right. The episode we've all been waiting for is here, my friends. Because today we're going to find out how the Vixens came together, part one. So, joining me at the table, we have none other than Amanda, Beth, and Abby. So, Vixens, let us begin. Amanda,
Hi. Yeah, but
your family is nobility, unbeknownst to many people, because you keep this family link very private, very secret. Mm-hmm. But your family actually is nobility in the Mantirum, which is a country on the southeast of the continent. And it is a magocracy, which means it's ruled by a council of wizards, arcane spellcasters. Your family is nobility in part because your mother is a cousin to the supreme ruler of the Mantirum. Now, from an early age, you cultivated your skills and your learning to become honed to serve your noble house. The roles within your family were such that your sisters and you were trained from a very early age to be both inquisitive and informed, and also to hone your abilities to infiltrate. In part because the level of competition between the noble houses within the Mantirum is sometimes even lethal. There's a lot of secret wars between the noble houses within the Mantirum. Some of which are through magical means, some of which are through political intrigue, but a lot of times it involves espionage, spying, infiltration, stealing important items, artifacts, and sometimes killing. So from an early age, you and your three sisters were trained in these various arts. Meanwhile, your two brothers were sent to the academy to study magic. Over time, you developed your skills, and your family sent you to the west, to Kabul Kailish, which is a theocracy ruled by a dragonborn named Kor Paigambar. There is a noble within Kabul Kailish who is very politically motivated against the Mantirum. And your family sent you on a very special mission to kill this noble. So, you have spent some time staking out this noble's estate. He has a large manor with a wall. He has guards. He has various defenses, but you've spent some time infiltrating and spying and kind of learning about the defenses. And now you have come to a point where the big night has come. You're ready to sneak into the manor. You've isolated which bedroom the noble stays in, and you now have a choice to make. How do you intend to kill this noble? One of the ways would be to infiltrate the manor, get past all the security, and literally stab him, kill him in the night. Another way, drawing on your different skills and proficiencies, could be to disguise yourself, infiltrate the mansion, and poison this noble. You are skilled in all of these different arts, in disguise, infiltration, poisoning, and of course assassination. So what choice do you make? How do you want to proceed?
I would definitely poison him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna poison him.
Okay.
I wanna disguise myself as one of his servants or something, and then
Okay.
sure, I'll feed him something or something.
The first thing, if you look in the bottom left corner, you have proficiency in disguise. So you're gonna make a roll, And I'm actually going to give you advantage. So you're going to roll 2 d20s, and you can take the higher of the two. Because like I said, you've spent time like scoping this out, like a professional, like weeks. And like you've talked to people in town. You've learned like the names of every like stable boy and serving girl and the guards. Like kind of like their routines. And you figure that there's a way that you can make yourself look like one of the household servants well enough to get past the guards and get into the mansion and get into the kitchen where you might be able to poison either food or drink. So with this approach in mind, make a roll for your disguise kit with advantage. You take the higher of the two.
17.
Okay, 17 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 3, so you have a 20. You superbly disguise yourself, like full makeup. You cover your tiefling horns with like a wig, and like you have like a like a do-rag on, basically. Like you kind of cover up all of your tiefling features. You tuck your ears into your hair. You wear like the kind of drabby servant girl clothes, and you make your way to the front gate, and it's evening. It's before the dinner is being served. So you've kind of timed this between the guard shift. You get to the front gate, and now you're going to have to make a deception check. The guards see you, and they seem to recognize you, and they're like, "Oh, hey, what? I thought you had the day off. Are you back? Are you working for the dinner tonight?"
Yeah, he decided to make me come in. He denied my request off.
Okay, make a deception check. So roll 1.
Natural 20.
Natural 20? Oh my God. They're like, "Oh, okay," when they open the gate, and they're like, "Go on in. Yeah, sucks to be you. Good luck at work. Hopefully you won't be there for some 3-hour dinner." And they like laugh. They think nothing of it. You make your way up the small road. You get to the main house. You go in the side door, which again you've scoped out. That's like the servant's entrance. And you make your way into the kitchens. And you notice 2 of the cooks are preparing meals. There's like a well-dressed server who brings the food out. There's another well-dressed man who's like a sommelier who has like wine and ale and pitchers of like different drinks. And you're kind of like in the kitchens. Nobody seems to really pay any attention to you. And you're kind of like watching and making yourself look busy. And you see an opportunity now between like them going out to get the plates and like leftovers from the first course, and before they bring out the main course and the wine. What would you like to poison?
I would like to poison whatever he's drinking.
Okay. You know, because of your research, that he only drinks wine, but he has ale and mead for his guests. And kind of peeking through the doorway, you see that he's there, and there's about 6 guests. Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Oh my God. All right, you see something very specifically as you're peeking through the door, like looking at them clear the plates. You notice that he has like his own wine goblet that like has like a little gem embedded in it that's different from everybody else's glasses. It occurs to you that if you poison the entire bottle of wine that the sommelier is going to bring out, that poison might get into some of the other people who might be drinking wine, because you see a few wine glasses and you see some mugs, and you notice some people are drinking ale, some of them are drinking wine. So if you poison the whole bottle, it would have an impact on more than just him. And the poison that you have is lethal. Like, it's slow acting, like it buys you about 5 minutes of time after he ingests it before it wreaks havoc on his system. But it's lethal. It's not like I feel sick. So how do you want to handle this?
Can I see if there's like any way that I can put it into his like his wine glass specifically? Like,
You could. Now, you know, because you've scoped this out, that typically the only person that pours wine for the guests is the sommelier man.
So what if what if we go for food instead? Because am I closer to food? Am I
You're in the
with
kitchens. The cooks are busy like finishing touches on some side dishes, but there's like an entire turkey, there's like a slab of roasted beef, there's a bunch of vegetables, but you're not sure exactly who's eating what.
So there's like no pre-made platters or anything?
No.
No.
It's brought out and then it's served to them. It's plated to them at the table.
What if, can I like, interesting. Is there any way that am I friends with the Somali? Do I know, if I know their routines, do I know that the person that I'm pretending to be?
You could try to persuade him. Is that what you're asking? Like, see if you could persuade him to let you serve?
Let me go serve for him? Like,
Okay.
ask him to go run something for me
I'm going to
while I
say
go
that
out there?
you know that the sommelier is like one of those uptight dudes who's like, everything has to be perfect. And like, he's very like protective of like his position as the official server. So you would have to make a pretty good roll to convince him to let you do this. You can persuade him to do it.
Okay. Can I try?
Yes. So he's
what is
like,
that gonna be
you see
then?
him coming
Just-
back in and he's like readying the platter with the different bottles and you kind of like approach him. What do you say?
I'm gonna be, well, what am I in the middle of doing? I'm gonna be like, hey, excuse me, can you run this dish to the washer for me really quick? I'd like be more than happy to go out there and serve for you.
Okay. Make your persuasion roll. Does she have proficiency in persuasion? Yes?
I do.
Okay, so you have a pretty good chance.
Oh, 9.
So 9 plus 6 is?
No, it's 9.
Oh, 9 total. So you're like, could you run this? And he's like, are you daft, girl? It's like, I don't run dishes to the wash basin.
Okay.
And he's like preparing his platter.
I'm trying to, okay, well, how else can I get out there?
You do see that there are multiple bottles of wine, and he does seem to be distracted. I will let you make a sleight of hand check to grab a bottle of wine, and then you could go out there and serve it while he's distracted.
Okay.
Okay? Make a sleight of hand check.
18 plus
Very
9.
good.
Yeah.
So you like grab like some linens, and you're like, and you grab a bottle of wine, and you go through the door. So you walk out there. And like, a couple of the people like look up and they're like, and they shrug and they go back to like their conversations and stuff. You notice that the Lord of the Manor kind of looks curiously at you and he's like, well, get on with it. What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just have this wine.
Where's Winston? And he like looks around. Winston's the sommelier.
Oh, Winston's just finishing up some.
Now make a deception check.
18 plus whatever's
Plus 9.
9, yeah.
18 plus 9. So you're like, oh, Winston's finishing up something, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, very well, get on with it. Pour, girl. Do you know how to pour? You'd best not spill. These are my good linens. All right, now you have to make one final and very important check. This is the sleight of hand check to poison the bottle while you're opening it and then pour it into his goblet. So make one more sleight of hand check.
Natural 20.
You were meant to kill people. All right. With your amazing sleight of hand, you begin fuddling with the cork and taking it off while really what you're doing is dumping that little vial like into the bottle and like swirling it around. And then you pop the cork and you make a show of it and then you like pour it out carefully and he lifts his goblet up. He's like, well done. Now get back to the kitchens with you, girl. He starts drinking the wine and engages in conversation. You go back to the kitchen. When you walk in the kitchen, Winston, the sommelier, is there and he's like, have you completely lost your mind? How dare you serve the Lord wine? What makes you think that you're above your petty station? He seems angry with you.
Oh, well, I gotta go. I got somewhere to be. I'm sorry, Winston. Sorry you feel that way, but I gotta go.
You'll be lucky to have a job tomorrow. Out with you, girl.
Okay. It was nice seeing you.
Okay, so you leave. You go out the side entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You leave the manor.
Yep.
Okay.
You said I have 5 minutes, right? Until
Now,
he starts.
here's a question. Do you go back out the front gate past the guards?
No.
Or do you like leave and try to hop the wall?
Is there like a way I can go around? Because I would love to do that. I
Okay.
would not like to just walk right out.
Make 2 checks. Number 1, a stealth check to see if you can move to the wall without anybody seeing you.
Okay. What is this for? Like,
This is stealth.
oh, natural 20.
Oh my god. How many is that now? 6 nat 20s, and like that dice must be loaded. All right. You get out the side door and you're like dip, and you like ditch the like serpent overcoat, and you make it to the wall. Now make a athletics check.
5. Wait, what is? I have 4.
You're like, the wall's like 10 feet tall, and you, because of your disguise, you didn't bring any climbing gear. You're like having a trouble getting over the wall.
So I'm struggling a little bit.
There's one more chance. You could do a parkour move where you kind of like back up, run, get a running start, jump halfway up the wall and do like a wall run to get to the top and pull yourself over. Make an acrobatics check.
18.
Okay. You get over the wall. You're clear. You start getting away from the manor, right? Heading back to town. You hear sirens. No, there's no such thing as sirens. You get back to the town. You get to your little room in the inn. You start taking your disguise off to ditch it, all that stuff. And that's where we're going to pause. When your group left Kadimki-Kala, you were entrusted with the artifact.
Yes.
You, Olin, and Caedmon, and Alori made a pact that you guys would, instead of staying together and trying to collect all the other important crystals to make the artifact work, that you needed to split up. This way, if 1 or 2 of you got attacked, you'd still have the important things. So you were entrusted with the artifact.
Okay.
Olin's patron suggested to him that you should gather a group to go with you to find the other crystals. And in the time since you left Olin and Caedmon and Alori, you ventured out throughout Kabul Kailish, and you kind of been scoping out different people who you can meet. And across your travels, as you were going from Kadimki-Kala back to the capital of Poitex Shahar, you came across an encampment. And at that encampment, you found a group of Quoshin barbarians. Now, the Quoshin are very primitive. They're all dwarves, but they're like primitive barbaric dwarves. Like, they wear like a loincloth. They're caked in mud and dirt. Their hair's like dreaded from just being filthy. They use they're like, imagine like dwarven cavemen, okay? They don't live in towns. They're nomads. They travel around and they do raids on villages, and they capture and kidnap people and sometimes like ransom them or sell them into slavery, or they just turn them into slaves for their own like barbarian packs.
So maybe I don't want to be there.
You come across this group of Quoshin, and you notice that they have a wagon with a cage in it, and they have 3 people enslaved in this cage, like chained up in this cage. 2 of them are like human women, and they look like they're unconscious. They look like they've been beaten, and they're like bloody and stuff. And one of them is an elf woman. Now, as as a divine servant mantra, you cannot let this injustice go. Like, first of all, you have major issues with these barbarians. Second of all, you have major issues with, like, slavery.
No, okay.
So you do a head count, and you're like, you have two options. Number one, you could try to sneak into their camp and free the slaves. Number two, you could go balls in and just kill all of them. There are 12. Number three, you could try to free the prisoners and see if any of them could help you kill the others. Or number four, you can blow off your divine oath,
No.
lose the blessings of your
Not
God,
happening.
and live in shame for the rest of your life.
For sure. What time is it?
It is night. Like, you're traveling at
So,
night.
Are they like going to rest soon?
You see that several of the 12, let's say 5 of the 12, are already like curled up in like nasty blankets around their fire. But there's another 5 who are just sitting around the fire, and then there are 2 like guards who are kind of like 30 feet out from the fire, and they're just like standing there with like spears, like stone-tipped spears, and they're like keeping watch. So there's like 2 active guards, 5 people who are awake, and 5 that are sleeping.
I think.
So imagine like this is a circle, right?
Yeah.
In the dead center is their campfire, and there's a bunch of them sleeping and sitting around.
Where
And then there's like 1 guard here, 1 guard here. And the wagon's kind of like over here. So the wagon's pretty close. It's like within 30 feet of the fire.
Is there, so it's like facing the fire, the back end, is it open?
Yes, it looks like there's a lock, a very primitive lock on the back of this. This like wagon cage does not look like something they built. In fact, you know, like there's no way these barbarians would have built this. It looks like something they stole and just like took. And they have like 2 horses that pull it who are like off the tethered thing. Like you figure that this is something that they like stole, and then they just keep it around to keep slaves in. But it has like metal bars with a wood frame. It's like built into the wagon, and there's like a padlock on the back of the
So
cage
it
door.
like I could just beat it.
You could try to pick the lock. You could smash the lock.
Okay, first I'm gonna go, like sneak up there.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
9.
You're like with your big girl armor. And you notice one of the guards looks over, and he's like,
Okay, so I stop for a minute. I don't go away.
how long do you wait?
Like, am I like in the shadows?
Yeah.
Like halfway out of the
Okay.
shadows.
You wait a couple minutes. He seems like to turn back around and just look away. You want to try to sneak up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
11.
You get there.
Okay. So I want to whisper to them. Are they awake?
Okay. So the 2 human girls are like asleep.
Like Elvish. Is she awake?
You're like sitting in the cage, like wondering like how you were so foolish to have a pack of stupid dwarf barbarians sneak up on you and capture you before you were able to kill them. And you're angry that they took your longbow and your dagger and your armor and basically all of your stuff.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, I could use my spells to fight my way out, but there's 12 of them and only 1 of me, and I'd probably get carved up because I don't have any armor, you know. And then you see this tiefling appear kind of on the side of the cart. She sneaks up, she's wearing armor, she has weapons, and she like looks up at you. She is one of the most beautiful tieflings you've ever seen in your life.
Can I fall in love with her?
Yes. You also see that she's looking at you. She pops up and she's like, are you awake?
Yes. Do you want me to stealthy sneak out of here?
You have to whisper louder for the people at home. Although good role playing with the whispers.
You have to wake them up, but don't make them jolt up.
Now it's like ASMR.
Can I just carry them? You're not big enough. Can you carry them?
So, Abby, in your assessment, these two villager girls who have been captured are not what you would call fighters.
Yeah.
They're like they grew up on a farm, and they probably don't know how to swing weapons or shoot arrows, and they don't know spells. So your thinking is that if you get out, you will have to like free them because they're not going to be able to help you guys fight.
Yeah.
And you've been in this wagon with them for like a day now, so you kind of figured that much out. All right, carry on.
I think that
Just talk normal.
Can we just
All
carry?
right, so you guys are whispering.
Can we carry
Yes.
them?
Can we?
They're not like dying. Like they could run. They're
Okay.
like,
Oh, okay.
So we're
but
gonna-
they wouldn't be able to help you fight. That's
So
what
you
I'm
just
telling
have
you.
to get them later.
Sneak them over there, and then we're gonna go find your armor, and then.
Oh, you see her stuff. It's in a pile of crap.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Then I'll
like the
distract
dwarves
them.
just have everything in like a pile. Like
if
there's
this-
like chicken bones and your longbow. Like there's just a bunch of crap there.
So I'll distract them while they're running and while you're going to get your thing, and then come back and help me.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna break open the thing. Can I use my maul?
Yeah, you can. You can roll with advantage. It's not, it's a lock. So all you have to do is smash it hard enough.
Oh.
Okay, so you hit. Roll
A
damage.
7.
Roll your maulish damage.
That's 15.
2d6. Wait.
D6s are the normal squares. Roll both of them. Pick up 2. Add in your bonus.
8 plus 4.
Yep.
12.
You see a couple of dwarves turn around.
And
They
then
know
I
you're
just
there.
go, and then. Can I pull out my longsword since I have it? Or because I have my maul
Okay,
in my
I'm going to
hand?
tell you this. You're close enough. You have your maul out
Well,
ready.
Nah.
I will give you the surprise round. So you can run up and attack. You can run up and make your attack and the surprise round before we roll initiative.
Okay.
But if you are like, I'm going to put my maul away and pull my sword out
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
then
use
run
my
up.
maul because they're small.
Okay, so you're going to run up
Yeah.
and attack. Are
So
you going to
whoever's
attack
closest
one
to
of the
me.
ones that's awake or one of the ones that's sleeping?
Whoever is closest to me.
They're all like, you're here, the fire's there. They're within your 30 feet of movement. So you can run up and make your 2 attacks.
I wanna.
You get advantage if you attack the ones that are sleeping because they're sleeping.
Yeah. So I wanna bonk one that's sleeping, and then like go like this, and while it comes up, hit one.
Hit another one that's awake. Okay, so you run up, make your first roll with advantage, roll both d20s.
Got this.
18.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll your maul damage. Go into the maul.
7 plus 4, 11.
Boom! You smack this one. It's like in its sleep, and you like cave in part of its skull. Now your second attack,
17.
also a hit.
9 plus 4, 13.
Okay, so you kill a sleeping one, and then you turn to spin and hit the other one with your big ass maul hammer, and the other one that was awake is now dead. Now we're gonna roll initiative. So you roll initiative, and I roll initiative for the quotient. Fail.
11.
Fail.
12.
Fail. Okay, so the 2 guards that are way out here, they're like, huh? And they're gonna go last. But of the 4 that are still awake, those 4 got a 10. So what'd you have?
11.
11,
12.
12. So you go first. The lock is smashed. You can push the gate open and then move and then attack. Obviously with spells because you have no weapons.
Can I go and get my weapons?
You could
First.
run up and get your weapons, yes. Have you looked at your spells lately? 'Cause
No.
You might want to consider. I mean, you have cantrips that allow you to do
Yeah.
attacks, right? So you have Shillelagh, you have Thorn Whip.
I'll do the thorn whip.
Okay. So keep that open. You're going to run up and do Thorn Whip. Now, Thorn Whip you could do from a distance of 30 feet, so you don't even have to get super close to them.
Okay.
Okay? So you Thorn Whip. Roll. Roll to attack. Oh, I should ask, are you thorn whipping one of the 4 guys around the fire who's awake and could grab a weapon? Or are you trying to thorn whip one of the ones that are asleep?
I'll do one of the ones that's awake.
Okay, roll.
4.
Okay. Plus your spell attack. So, what is your spell attack bonus? Good, cool. 8. So, that's a 12. That hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so roll your damage.
2d6.
What's Thorn Whip? Is it 1d8?
I can't read that. It says 2d6 damage over
No.
here, though.
That's some
That
scribble.
can't be right. Give me this player's handbook. Maybe it is right because you're higher level.
It says 2d6 damage, 30 feet range. And then it says,
Could that in fact be true? Because if it is...
I think it says page 282.
Oh, that's what it is. It's page 282.
Who's Joe?
Thorn Whip. This spell's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th level. It is. It's 2d6.
I love being right and you being wrong.
Yeah, you should be. All right,
7.
a nice hearty 7 damage. And because he's whipped, you pull,
Ah!
and he's like, "Hugah," and he falls down. So you pull him away from Beth.
Yes.
All right, Beth, you're up. And then those other guys can go. Go ahead.
Okay,
You
so
have 2
I
attacks.
had just blocked him.
Yep. Are you attacking awake or asleep? The awake guys will be able to attack.
Okay, so I want to attack them.
All right, so one of them just slid 10 feet. Like you,
And then,
like out of
like,
the corner of your eye, you saw one of them like turn and he's like, huh? And then he's like, ah! Like you saw something wrap around him and he's like, ah! And he just like gets pulled along the ground.
Okay, so I want to pull, like, as he's going, I want to bunk him in the head.
Oh, okay. You missed. Your second attack?
18.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage with your maul.
6 plus 7. Oh, wait, no, 6 plus 4. 10.
Another one bites the dust. All right, they attack. Attack number 1 against Beth. What's your AC? Miss. That's going to be a hit. 19 is a hit. You get poked for 6 damage. Guy number 3, miss. All right, the 2 guards now, hearing this storm of battle, are running towards the fire. They will be there next round. The sleepers, they spend their round, well, what's left of them, spend their round waking up and they're like scrambling around on the ground to grab their like spears and their simple like stone axes. What?
Can I cast Thunder Smite on my maul?
Yeah, next round. All right, you're up. Top of the order.
Should I do
How you doing?
what should I do?
You tell me.
Should I do?
Do you want to run and get your weapons?
Yeah.
Do you want to thorn whip?
I want to run and get my weapons. That way I can.
Okay. You run over to the pile. You grab your weapons. Now you could, by the way, because of shillelagh, you
That's what I
could
was
you could
thinking.
take your club and turn it into your shillelagh. So
That's what I was
shillelagh is a
gonna do.
bonus action. So once you grab your longbow and your dagger, you grab your club and you're like shillelagh. And now it's a magical weapon
Yeah.
for next round. All right,
Okay.
you're up.
I want to cast Thunder Smite on to my maul.
Okay. You can. The first time you hit with a melee attack weapon, this is well, your weapon is ring of the thunder 300 feet and deals an extra 2d6. Oh my god. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so who's close to me?
Like all of them. You are going to create
Can
a
I just-
storm of pain.
And
Yeah.
then, like, spin around and
Like
hit
Thor?
them? Yes.
All right, so you attack what, it's basically you're hitting one person, but then it's going to deal the additional attack.
Exactly, it's like a domino effect.
Yes. So you thunder a smite on your weapon. Shabush. Now roll to attack.
9 plus
Yes.
7.
Hit. First roll the regular maul damage of 2d6,
5.
and then roll more
Plus 4.
2d6.
12. So 17.
Not only is it dead, but
Its bones are becoming.
the body flies 10 feet back over the fire through the air. All right. The other waked, miss. 13, nope, miss. Miss. All right, those 2 guys miss. The sleepers, the ones that are still alive, that's a hit 6 again. Second one, miss. Third one, miss. The guards that run over, one of them is attacking you, coming up. That's a hit. Man, this dice is on fire. Take 6. Ouch, pain. All right, top of the order. You're up, Abby. So now you have shillelagh'd your club. So you can attack the one that just swung and hit you.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So now you get to attack, and you have a +8 to hit because when you're using shillelagh, it's your wisdom bonus
Oh.
plus
nice.
your proficiency bonus.
Nice.
So it's +8 to hit.
Okay.
And the shillelagh acts as a magic weapon, which doesn't really matter against them, but it's still cool. So go.
7.
+8 is 15. That's a hit. And you do D8 damage.
Oh my god.
So this.
4.
Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9.
Oh.
You like this guy hit you, and then you turn around, and you're like, whoosh, and you bash him, and
Can he crumple?
yeah, he crumples into the fire. Like you hit him, and he falls into their bonfire.
Am I allowed to use my fire eater kit to hurt people? Can I just like spray people with fire?
Yeah, but it's it's not so much for the damage value as it is for like the fire. So
Yeah.
like if you wanted to use it, you could do it, and it would do a point of damage. But it's more like if you wanted to light somebody on fire, like fire damage.
Okay.
Okay, Beth, you're up.
Okay.
There's a swarm of angry dwarven barbarians around you, and you feel like you've seen this before, and you know that these barbarians can enact rage. And rage is a dangerous thing because basically it makes them less inclined to be damaged and more inclined to do damage. They go berserk, basically. So, your turn.
Okay, how many of them are left?
There are 3 around you
3 around
right
me.
now. So,
Can I hit one and kick one?
you could hit 2 with your maul because that does more damage, but go ahead.
Okay, then I'll hit 2 with my maul.
So, attack,
11
hit,
plus 7.
roll the second attack, and then we'll do damage.
Also 11.
Okay, good. So roll damage on the first guy. Nice.
Okay, and then second. Ooh.
Even nicer.
12.
2 dead. You're just swinging them all around. You're like skull, chest cavity. Just barbarians are dropping.
Wow.
Okay, now
There's
they
someone
rage.
running at me.
So there's one that's going to attack you. He is rageful, but even with that rage, he misses. One is attacking you, the other guard that runs up, and that will be a hit. And you take 10 because he is enraged.
That's so stupid.
One of the sleepers stands up and attacks you, but misses. The other sleeper is up and attacks you and hits again, but it only does 3. He has not raged yet. All right, top of the order. So now you have 2 that are on you. Your turn. Are you shillelaghing again?
Yeah.
Okay. Shillelagh.
Yeah, and then. Okay.
You have to say shillelagh
Shillelagh.
with an Irish accent.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Hit.
Okay.
Roll your shillelagh damage. This one. D8.
Shillelagh.
Plus 5 is 7.
Okay.
Okay. Not enough to drop him, but you heartily
Gonked him.
inflict pain on him with your shillelagh.
You gave him a good
All right, you're up.
Good.
The rage guy is the toughest by far right now. Who is against you? And you know that you will have to do significant damage because while he is enraged, he has a certain degree of resistance to normal damage. So,
I want to like.
do you want to concentrate 2 attacks on him to drop
Yeah.
him? Okay. So maul on
Yeah.
the same guy, on the rager. It's a rager.
17.
All right, that's a hit. Roll a second attack.
And then 11.
Also a hit. All right, roll damage.
4 plus 5, 10 or 9
So 9 plus, what's your damage bonus?
plus 4.
Okay, so that's 13. But it's halved because of the resistance that he has for rage. So that's 6.
But I
Now
still
go
have
ahead.
one. Ooh, 2 plus 4, 6.
That's 3. So you did 6 plus 3 is 9. Still not down. You're like, what the hell? Like, you're beating on this thing, and he's like, ah. Now he swings at you in his
He's gonna try to
rageful
stab
mode.
your knees.
Hit.
To come in.
Yeah.
Take 10. Second guy, regular attack, misses. Your guy misses, but the second guy hits. You will again take 8.
What?
All right,
Not right.
you're up.
Can I go over and help her, or am I still getting like attacked?
You're getting attacked by your own ragers.
Okay.
So your shillelagh is seeming to do damage against this rager. So you may want to continue doing that.
Okay, I'll continue doing that. Shillelagh.
Okay.
7 plus 8, 15.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit.
4 plus 5, 9.
Nice. He dies.
Oh!
You shillelagh his skull into the fire. All right, you're up, Beth.
Oh, got it. Okay. Can I double attack him again?
You feel like that might be a good idea.
Okay.
You could always roll your first attack, and if he dies from that, you can swing and pivot and use your second attack on one of the other guys.
I want to do that. I want to use my first attack and then see. Okay. 6 plus 7.
Hit.
Okay. 5 plus 4. So 2.5.
No. So that's 5 plus your 4 is 9. So he takes 4. So,
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
He is dead. Now there's the second guy behind you who is raged. So now you make your second attack on him.
Nat 20.
Oh, good timing for the nat 20, Beth.
I did it.
Okay, so using the Bill Allen damage alternative scoring system, you would max out your damage, so that's 12, plus you roll those.
Oh, he's gonna blow up. 7.
Okay, so
Plus
19
4.
plus 4 is 20, plus 8 is, 19 plus 8 is 27. So even,
He blows up.
yeah, but even with his rage damage resistance, you implode his skull.
He explodes.
Nice.
Good shot. All right, there's one last one who is, you know what, I'm gonna make a roll. Yeah, he's brave.
Oh.
I was gonna say he might run because his comrades are dropping like flies, but he's in it for the game. So he's gonna swing his primitive caveman stone axe at you and misses with a 2. All right, you're up.
I'm gonna shillelagh the shit out of him.
Okay. For attack.
Oh yeah.
Shillelagh. I was considering throwing it.
That succeeds. Roll shalagala damage.
7
All right,
plus
so
5.
that's good. So 12 halved for the
6.
rage is 6. He's wounded but still up. All right, your turn. There's still one rager attacking the elf.
So I want to go up and help her with
Okay,
him. 19.
that's a hit.
True, homie.
Most assuredly,
6 plus 4.
it's 10. So half of that is 5. So 6 and 5 is left. He's still up.
He's-
Second attack.
12.
Hit.
5 plus 4, 9.
9 is 4. He's dead.
Got it.
All right, so you
Smushed.
in the brief moments after the battle, there's like the crackling sound of the fire because there's like hair from the dwarf that fell in the fire, like burning, and the smell of burning, and then the cries of the girls who are in the cage who are like looking out and they're like wondering what the hell's going on because they were asleep when you showed up, so they don't know, and they see you and they're like, "Is it safe? Are they dead?"
Yes.
Yeah, Pam.
Finally. Y'all can come out.
And they like hug each other and cry, and then they come out and like they share their story with you about how they're, because you weren't abducted with them, like they were in the
Yeah.
cage when you got there, so they don't even know where they are. They're like, how do we get back home? And our farms are so far away, and so they kind of share their stories, and based on like your knowledge of the land, you realize like you could probably travel with them and take them back to their little like farming village, which is like maybe a half-day ride.
Okay.
Oh.
But
Be considerate.
both of you also know that where there are some quotient, there probably aren't others too far away. So you probably don't want to like hang out here and camp overnight.
Yeah.
You probably
we
want
wanna
to move.
Keep moving.
Can
Okay.
we can we steal?
By the
stuff?
way, you still don't know
Oh,
who
we
she
with
is,
them?
and you don't know who she is.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name's Tetra.
I'm Mantra.
You're so beautiful.
Superwoman. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
You gather all your stuff.
Yeah.
You find in the pile of gross things, you like dust things off, you gather all your stuff. There's also a bunch of other random things, okay? Some of which is things that they've stolen. So they're like tools, rope, there's like food, but there's also treasure. So you guys find 40 gold pieces. So you can each add that to your tally, 20 each. So and then there's also 140 silver.
Oh my god. So it'd be 70 each.
And 250 copper. So you
What's
basically
250 cut in half?
125. So you also realize that, especially you, Beth, as a person of good, that perhaps in addition to escorting these girls who were kidnapped back to their farms, that you might, in your generosity,
Give him a little.
give them something. Like copper
Compensation.
is meaningful to people, to farmers, to poor people.
I'm gonna give them 80 copper.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say to expedite
Couldn't give
things.
him more gold.
You guys travel
These are silly like copper.
about like 10 miles away, okay, through the night. You lead these human girls who don't have dark vision.
Come on.
Both of you do. You, Abby, know the land very
Let's
well.
get going.
Yeah.
So you find routes that are like
'Cause
less
I'm, like,
frequently
forest
traveled,
wind. Yeah.
so that you don't like run into any more quotient. You guys get to like this like kind of grove that you feel is pretty safe. You produce some good berries for everybody to eat. They like the girls are like replenished of their health. You heal each other because both of you have healing. And then the next, you sleep for a few hours. The next morning, you travel through the land. You get back to this farming village. You return the girls to their families. The families are overjoyed. You see they're in the process of like rebuilding their simple fence around their communities, which the potion smashed. You do see a couple like burned houses, but like the farmers are sturdy and they have grit and they begin rebuilding. You deliver the girls to their families who show immense gratitude to you. You gift them with this copper, and then they like invite you to the house, they feed you, you guys rest. And in the course of this time, you kind of get to know each other. And Beth, you feel that Tetra is someone who you could trust. And as you kind of develop this friendship, it occurs to you that maybe she would be someone good to have with you guys to travel. Maybe she could be a part of this team who could help you travel the land searching for these mysterious crystals. And so you kind of propose this, and this seems like a thrilling adventure for you. You've always wanted to travel and see more of the land and to use your powers, and you do feel a small obligation to Mantra because she like rescued you and helped you escape.
And
you're
she's
like,
beautiful, so I want to stay with her.
Yeah, so you're like, all right, buddy. So you guys decide to like, all right, we're going to team up. It's awesome. And then you make your way to the capital as you were originally intending. You get to the capital, you get to this inn, and over the course of a couple days while you're there, you go to a few libraries, a few temples, and you're kind of like researching things about the mythology of these god crystals and like what they do and their powers and like rumors and myths and stories about like how they came to be, kind of like getting yourself ready for a plan of action. Mm-hmm. And while doing that, at the inn that you're staying at, you've noticed you've seen this tiefling come and go at different times. and she seems like enigmatic and mysterious, and she also has a very high charisma. Do you? You do, don't you?
What?
What's-
Hi, what?
What's her charisma?
My charisma?
It's +3.
Yeah.
So like you notice that she like comes and goes at weird times. Like she'll like leave during the day and then come back like late at night, and then sometimes she'll like, you'll be down having breakfast and she'll just be coming in kind of thing, and you're like, But you like just kind of observe this and notice this, right? And a few days later, you guys are like in the main part of the inn, and you're like having drinks after like a day of being at the library, and you're like, we need drinks. And so you're having drinks and you're having food, and you notice the tiefling come in, but she doesn't look like a tiefling, but you spot her. You're like, is that tiefling? But she looks like, kind of like a human, like obviously she's wearing some kind of a disguise. But because you've seen her, you recognize this. You see she kind of makes her way into the inn really quickly, doesn't look at anyone, goes straight up the stairs to her room, which is just down the hall from like your guys' room. That's all. You just notice that.
Can we approach at all?
You could.
She seems
When suddenly the door bursts open, and there are a group of 10 guards with armor and weapons. And the door bursts open, and like people at their tables are like, oh, what's going on? Murmur, murmur, murmur. And there's like, one of them is holding like a scroll, and he holds it up to the other guards, and they're like, yes, that's her. And you see they look around the room, and they like look at you, and they walk over to your table, and they're like, you. They hold up the picture, and they're like, that doesn't look like the same one. No, her skin's different colored.
I'm prettier.
Have you seen another one like you?
Oh.
Have you seen another tiefling in here?
No, I haven't.
Make a deception check. They rolled poorly.
I got 11.
They're like, how about you? Have you seen a tiefling that looks like this? They hold up a wanted poster of like literally the tiefling you've seen. The one who just came in a disguise. They're like, have any of you people seen this tiefling? They like, one of the other guards goes, innkeeper, come here. And like the innkeeper's like, and you could tell like he's gonna spill the beans. Like he looks like a snitch.
Oh.
Lie for me.
So what do you guys do
Can I
while
say
they're
that?
distracted?
I want to pretend that I'm drunk and walk over and be like, oh, tiefling. I'm only tiefling here.
Okay.
And
So
then while she does that,
you're
can
gonna
I,
do that.
Because
You're
I
gonna
want to
do
get him to stop
deception,
talking.
and you're gonna do what?
can I go upstairs and
Yes.
tell her?
All right. Make your deception check first to drunkenly flirt with the guards.
10 plus 4.
How do you? Oh, you don't have deception.
Deception.
Okay, good. So you're making a good thing at it, and they're like, we have official business, but you could tell they're definitely scoping you out. You make a stealth check. You're gonna sneak up the stairs
Yeah.
without anybody noticing you.
Abby, I believe in you.
A natch 20. You like slinky yourself around the way. And
it's
you're
a-
like,
Let my lady go.
I'm just an innocent elf. You make your way upstairs. You get to the hallway, and you figure like that innkeeper. The minute they show him the wanted poster, he's gonna be like, yes, she's staying up in room 12. You don't have a lot of time. So you make your way upstairs, you haul ass down the hallway, and you go to her door. You're in your room, taking off your disguise and like packing your crap up because your mission's accomplished. And you hear like, what do you say? What do you say?
I'm not a guard. Please let me in. They're coming for you.
That's what you hear.
That's what I hear.
Yep.
That's what you said.
You hear a woman's voice say like, I'm not a guard. Please let me in. They're coming for you.
I would so leave. I would.
Let her in.
I'm gonna let her in though.
Okay, you open the door and peek, and you see an elf. And you've seen her before. Like, you've
I
seen her in the
recognize
inn.
her.
You recognize her. You don't know who she is. But you've seen her, and you've seen her hanging out with, like, this big armored tiefling warrior. And she looks like frantic. Like, and she's, like, looking over her shoulder back down the hallway towards the stairs. What do you say? Make it fast. I'm actually going to time this in real time to create stress and anxiety for you.
I have to go.
Hey, Siri, set a 1-minute
They're showing a wanted poster to the innkeeper downstairs of you. They're
Timer is set for 1 minute.
shut up. They're great. They're gonna get you. We need to get out of here
We need
right
to go?
now.
They know? They found me?
They
know?
found you.
What do you... Let's go.
Let's go right now.
Let's go.
We need
Where's your friend?
downstairs distracting them.
Let's go.
Can we please go?
And
Let's
timer
go.
pause. Now, you have 2 options to get out of this inn. Number 1 is out the window.
Out the window. That's what I was thinking.
You go, you go.
Number
What
2
floor am I on?
is you could try to sneak back down the main stairs and go out the kitchen.
They
No.
probably have guards circling that perimeter.
Number 3 is you can go out the window, climb up to the roof, run down the roof, and hop roofs to get away from the building.
She can't do that, though.
How do
can
you know? She's an elf. She looks very nimble.
She? Yeah. I think
She looks very
I
nimble.
think me and her are
She's
going to try and
+6.
sneak out the window because we have to get her friend, too. So we
And
can't-
timer on. What do you do?
we go out the window.
We go out
Okay,
the window.
climb out the window. Both of you make stealth checks.
10.
10.
plus-
Good enough. You climb out the window and get up to the roof. Now, you're on the roof. You can run down the roof and hop from this roof to another roof, but you have to make an acrobatics check. Make your acrobatics
I'll do
check.
acrobatics. 12.
20.
You both run over the roof. You jump to the next roof. Do you want to keep roof hopping?
I want to hide on top of one of the roofs because I want to
Make
wait
a stealth
for her.
check. Make a stealth check.
And then I wanna. Can I go
11.
back and get her? 10.
Yes, yes. All right, you're hiding on the roof.
Oh, I don't like the noise. It gives me anxiety.
How do I turn this off? I'm so bad. All right. So, you guys are a building over, and you're hiding like by the chimney stack of this other building roof, right? And you could see now from up here that there's like 6 more guards outside of the kitchen entrance of the inn and outside of the main inn, on top of the 10 that went in. And they're like holding like lanterns, and they have like weapons at their sides and everything. So you're like watching this unfold. Beth, whoosh, whoosh, smash cut. You're flirting. They're like basically like you stall for a few seconds, and then you see that the innkeeper's like, he like nods and he's like, and he points upstairs.
Okay.
And the captain of the guards like, and the innkeeper goes behind the bar and opens up a cabinet and pulls like a key out and hands it to the captain of the guards. So you figure like it's been about a minute, and you
Good.
haven't seen Tetra return.
They're probably gone. I'm thinking they're probably gone. So I'm just gonna casually walk outside
Mm-hmm.
and scope around and see if I see any evidence.
Make
and then I
a-
also want to look and see if her
Make
window's
a
open.
perception check. You go outside casually. You have dark vision.
+2, so 17.
Okay. You look, and within the span of your dark vision, and even like the normal vision in the evening, you don't see anyone down the streets, down the alleys, even along the windows and roof lines.
Okay.
Do you wait in that vicinity, or do you move on? Now, your stuff is still up in your room. Yours and her stuff is still up in the room. Do you leave and come back? Do you stay? What do you do?
But what
I'm
if
gonna
we
keep
see her?
going. Yeah.
Because we're looking out for her. So, can I do a perception check
Yes.
to see if I see her?
You don't need to. You
No?
can see her.
Can I see her?
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can see her.
Okay, so I
Can I,
tell
like-
her, I'm like, I think that's your friend.
You see her. She's farther, like, because you guys are like a full building and roof over.
Mm-hmm.
So you see her come out because there's like guards with lanterns and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of seems to just be casually like looking around and.
Can I like sneak off of the building? Can I get off of the roof in any way?
Down the other side?
Yeah.
Yes. You can make a athletics check to climb down the other side.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Depends on how you want to do it.
I will do 6 flips off the side. I don't know. I just have.
Okay,
better
so let's say you want to
acrobatics.
parkour some acrobatics
Yeah.
and like kind of jump down to the first floor of a ledge and then jump down a balcony,
Yeah.
kind of zigzag back and forth down the alley.
6, 12.
You make it to the first floor and then you fall. You take 6 falling damage. Ouch.
Okay.
So You see her dip to the other side, the far side, away from this to the building, and you're here like, ow!
Silly girl.
What do you do?
Well, I don't want to be seen, so I want to stay on top of the roof. I was going to tell her friends to come with us.
Okay.
But yeah, but
What
she's
do you
gone
do?
now. So.
Well, I get up. Go over to Mantra.
Okay. You see Tetra walking towards you. And
Casually.
you meet her halfway, so you're walking away from the inn. And you guys kind of meet up off to the side.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
I'm
Is
on
she
the
there?
roof.
She's on the roof. We got her out. We need to
Okay.
get our stuff and then go.
Okay. All right, so let's start climbing back up to the roof.
Or should we get our stuff first?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's go back and get our stuff.
Okay, so you guys go back. You go back upstairs, and you see now that there's like cops all up in her room, like searching around, and they kind of look at you guys and they're like, "Oh, forgot." They ignore you. You go into your room, you get your stuff, you leave. You have all your stuff. You make it back outside. Amanda, you see them leaving the inn with their stuff, and they kind of head back towards that alley where she went down from the building you were at. Do you get down and join them?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay, make an
Sneakily
acrobatics or athletics,
go down
whatever you
there.
prefer.
I'll do acrobatics. 12.
Okay, you make your way down. You get to the alley, you peek out, you see her at the edge of the alley. She has like her bag of stuff. So what do you do now? You know that if you stay in the Capitol, especially if they have a wanted poster.
Are you gonna ask me what I did?
We should probably book it. And
Not
talk
yet.
about
Do you
that.
not want to know? You're just gonna go with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll ask you
I like
later.
that.
What's your name?
Ask questions later.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Sina.
I'm
Nice
Tetra.
to meet you. What's going on?
This is Mantra.
Fellow Tiefling.
Hello, fellow tiefling. I'm Mantra.
Nice to meet you.
You know that if you head out the west gate at this time of night, you have a much better chance of not being noticed. So you guys kind of like make your way through the city, and you get towards the western gate. How do you leave the city? Do you go through the gate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or will it
sure.
be more heavily guarded?
All gates are guarded.
Yeah. Do we have any disguise?
Oh, they're gonna stop us. Did I bring any of my disguises with?
You have your stuff.
Can I
in
dress
your
them
bag.
up? Can I disguise all of us?
You can make some disguise rolls, yes.
Or can she use her nobility?
You don't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
you don't know
true.
me. Okay, wait. So, wait, what would that be for?
You had your proficiency bonus.
Oh, well, I got 4.
So
They're bad.
here's what happens. You do a little disguise work. You guys go out the gate, and you seem to get through okay. Nobody stops you. You have 2 horses. You have your horse, and then you have a horse, and she can hop on the back of your horse. You guys ride west, getting out of the city. Heading west towards Kadimki Kala, and towards where you think the next pieces of evidence might
Yeah.
be. And as you head west, you develop this friendship. And you realize that Sina has many useful skills that could help you in your quest for the mysterious crystals. And that is where we will end this episode of D&D with high school students, the Vixens. It's been an awesome backstory. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and all this stuff. We'll see you next time.